Lefties baseball here at Civic Field coming up. We'll just do a very brief intro here, then do a full pre-game show when we come back in a couple of minutes. Final series here at Civic Field on the season. Port Angeles Lefties taking on the South Division CowlitzBlack Bears. Both of these teams have had somewhat disappointing seasons, but it should be an exciting way to wrap up the West Coast League season for these two squads. Obviously, final week of the West Coast League regular season for every single team across the North and South Division. A couple teams got started with their final series yesterday, but Port Angeles got Monday off, and now the Lefties are preparing for their final three-game set and their last inter-division matchup, this time against Cowlitz. It'll be Matt Capel on the mound for the Lefties, but again, we'll do a full pregame show closer to first pitch. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. My name is Thomas Johnson, the voice of the Lefties, alongside my broadcast partner, Dylan Sackett. We'll see you soon. Lefties baseball here at Civic Field. Port Angeles entering its final homestand. Out of playoff contention, but still some pride to play for. And if they win all 3 of these games, they would set a single half record for most wins in a single half at 13. The Blackbears currently sit at 18-33. They are 7-17 in the second half, which is 6th in the South Division, while the Lefties have 10 wins in the second half, 10-14 overall. So they're up to double-digit wins, but the Lefties obviously want some more as this season winds down. Port Angeles losers of 6 straight games, 3 against Edmonton here at Civic Field, the other 3 coming on the road in Nanaimo. 2 of those games were in a doubleheader, so a little bit of special circumstances as the first game was postponed due to weather to force that doubleheader. But the Lefties still losers of 6 straight after having a very strong series at Kelowna. Lefties swept the Falcons. They were still in the thick of the playoff race, but after losing 6 straight, those hopes are over. At Port Angeles, still 1 more series to go before all of these guys depart for their new school seasons. It'll be Matt Capel on the mound for the Lefties. He's been very good, but out of the bullpen. This is his first start of the West Coast League season, only his 5th appearance in a Lefties uniform. Still is yet to give up an earned run. He's appeared in 4 games, 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs still with 5 strikeouts. The lone hit came in his last appearance where Capel went 3 innings, earned the win in one of those victories over the Kelowna Falcons as part of that sweep. He also has 2 saves in his first 2 appearances. Notched 2 saves to put him on top of the leaderboard for the Lefties in that category. So it was a great way to make his debut. He's out of Edmonds College, originally from Reno, Nevada. So we've seen a couple of Edmonds guys be very good on the mound for the Lefties so far this year. Cade Stewart no longer with the team. He's headed to Fresno Pacific University. John Vara was on the mound in relief. The last game we were at, 4 scoreless innings, 12 up, 12 down for the man on the mound. And now we're over to Capel, the righty from Reno, Nevada. On the other side, Cowlitz is putting out Calvin Prosky on the bump. He's out of UC Santa Barbara, obviously a very good D1 school in the Big West. This is his 9th game for the Blackbears, but only 2 starts. So this is his 10th appearance, 3rd start on the year. 4.97 ERA so far from him this season. Let's take you through the pair of lineups that we have going today for the Lefties. Jared Bahanda leading off. He had a very good stretch leading off for Port Angeles in the last series. Had a pair of multi-hit games. Last time out, he went 3 for 5, followed by Jeremy Giesig, who was hoping to get his name called for an all West Coast League team when the season ends. He's leads the league in hits coming to this one, but Nate Kirkpatrick of Bellingham just 2 knocks behind Giesig. Giesig currently sitting at 72 hits on the season, while Kirkpatrick at 70. So it's a slim lead for Jeremy. Would love to take home that title if he can. And it's Roberto Garza Nunez, who has put his average over 300 this season. 4 hits and 4 at-bats last time out. Had a homer, 3 RBI to go along with a walk. He went 8 for 12 last series, and again, over 300. He was hitting 250 to start off July, and we're just over a month since that point. Has raised his batting average by just over 50 points. In the 4th spot, it's Eric Valdivia, the first baseman out of Chaffey College. Then it's Brett Haggerty, the designated hitter. We didn't see him with the bat this past series against Edmonton, but he'll got a couple cracks Nat Prosky on the mound. Then it's Julio Vasquez Jr., the third baseman, hitting in the 6 hole. Then Travis Helm, the catcher, followed by Kosei Suzuki, who is third on the team in hits. He just took that from Jason Leone after Suzuki went 3 for 5 in his last game. And then rounding out the order is the shortstop, Ya Ramirez. On the Cowlitz side, the right fielder, Caleb Rogier, leading things off, followed by Jace Nagler, the second baseman. Sam Canton will be in center. Bronson Neve at first. Shea Bowen, the designated hitter. Then Nick Miller, the third baseman. Cody Estes, the left fielder, followed by Caden Hernandez, will be manning short. And then it's Ben Allen behind the plate. So it should be a fun one here at Civic Field tonight. It's currently 6:23, first pitch. Just about 12 minutes away. Head coach Donald Bray looking to lead this team to new heights. He's coming back next summer. At least that's the current plan, along with the rest of the coaching staff. But before we talk about that, Lefties got to get through this season. Just 3 games remain. And it's against the Cowlitz Blackbears. We'll take a quick break. Baseball coming up in just a few short minutes. We'll see you then. Matt Capel is on the mound for the Lefties as Port Angeles is preparing to take on the Cowlitz Blackbears. Thank you for tuning in to one of the final games of the West Coast League season. Lefties only have 3 more this season, one coming today, and then Wednesday and Thursday, all at 6:35. I'm Thomas Johnson. I've been the voice of your Lefties all summer, and just 3 more games remain. And Matt Capel on the mound, his first start of the West Coast League season. He was a late addition to this Port Angeles squad, made his season debut on the road on July 20th at Bellingham. Then pitched the very next day at Bellingham, and on July 23rd and July 27th. So he's had a little bit of a break before this one. Kind of a spot start. We are expecting John Vara to be on the bump to start today, and then Vara was electric on the mound just a couple days ago. 4 shutout innings, 12 up, 12 down. So Capel, he's on the bump to start today. It's Travis Helm behind the plate, his battery mate, as Jack Cleveno gets a day off. Again, Lefties are out of playoff contention after being in the thick of it for such a long time in the second half. But still some things to play for. Lefties have a couple chances to break some records, individual records and team records as well. Already have a couple of record holders on this field today. Roberto Garza Nunez at second and Jeremy Giesig in left. Caleb Rozier heads up to the dish to start things off here. Capel on the mound, gets set. And now his first delivery. That finds the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Rozier, who just wrapped up his junior year at Park University Gilbert, an NAIA school. The 0-1 from Capel. That's up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was 83 miles per hour on the gun from the man out of Edmonds College. That was 1-1 delivery. Also finds the zone for strike 2. Rozier not happy with it. But the count nonetheless goes to 1-2. Rozier hitting .316 on the season. The next delivery, that's well outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rozier hit .319 at Park University in his junior year. His third stop for schooling at the collegiate level. The 2-2. Down and away for ball 3. Count goes full on the man from Jacksonville, Florida. Again, this is Capel's first start of the season. Trying to give his Edmonds coaches a chance to see what he can do. That's his 3-2. That gets the zone. Anthony Brown makes the call, and Capel has his first punch out of the day.
Nice little confidence boost there for Capel.
Didn't have great punch out numbers his first 2 appearances, but also in his first appearance only needed 1 out, and the second appearance only needed a pair of outs. Had 4 punch outs across 3 innings his last time out, as his first delivery to Jace Nagler is fouled off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on the right-handed hitter out of Lower Columbia College. So he was teammates with former Lefties reliever Aiden Anderson. Capel's 0-1 offering. That's hit towards the left side. Julio Vasquez Jr. bobbles it a little bit, picks it up, tosses it over. A stretch by Valdivia, and he's ruled safe. He didn't make a motion as if Valdivia was pulled off the bag, but it also seemed that Nagler was beat by his step. Head coach Dom Bray quickly makes a stop out of the dugout, but will head back to his spot. So an infield single likely. No, ruled an error on Vasquez Jr. And the Blackbears have their first base runner. Sam Canton, the center fielder, Up to the dish. It's Nagler at first after that error. And now Canton in the left-handed batter's box. The first delivery from Capel is taken for strike on the outer edge. No balls, 1 strike. Canton out of North Dakota State University, a D1 school in the Summit League. Canton only hitting 171 this season. There's a pickoff attempt on Nagler. But Canton was one of Cowlitz's best hitters in 2023. This is his 3rd season with the Blackbears. The 0-1 offering. A swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So Canton really just not putting it together this season after spending his first year at North Dakota State University. Started his career with the Gonzaga Bulldogs for 2 years. The 0-2. That's hits the batter and will send Canton down to first base. Barely grazes him, but nonetheless hits him enough. And now an early threat for Cowlitz. The Blackbears have 2 base runners on as Bronson Neve heads up to the dish. Neve hitting .290 out of Arizona Western College, a JUCO. Balls, 1 strike on Neve, who's originally from Melbourne, Australia. Playing collegiate ball stateside, though. The 0-1. Runner from second goes. A throw from Helm is not in time as Nagler gets a stolen base. That pitch was ruled a ball. That's the 3rd stolen base on the season for Nagler. Runners on first and third now, and 1 out. Double play, still a possibility here against Bronson Neve. The 1-1. That's hits Neve again. Just clipped the elbow, it seems. And now the Blackbears have the bases loaded in the first inning. 2 straight hit batters. No mound visit yet for Capel. But the bases are juiced for Shea Bowen out of Lubbock Christian University. He's hitting .255 this season. Currently on a 15-game on-base streak. The first delivery to him is a wave and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Bowen from Tumwater, Washington. Made a couple stops before going to Lubbock Christian, Umpqua Community College, and Shasta College. The 0-1. Taken for a strike at the top of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes quickly on Bowen. Obviously an important at-bat here. Lefties don't want to go down early. But Capel will have to work out of a bases-loaded jam. Still only 1 out. The 0-2. That's popped up, but hits the netting above home plate. That's a dead ball. And Bowen, the DH, sporting number 37. His Lubbock Christian University had a great year this year, carrying it over to this Cowlitz season, but that pitch up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bowen, before going to Lubbock, only played 1 year at Shasta College, but was named the MVP in the Golden Valley Conference. So he has what it takes. Slugged 9 homers that year at Shasta as that 1-2 pitch gets away from Helm, bounces back to him, but a run will score. Capella a little bit late to covering the bag, but even if he was there, Nagler would have scored with ease. Both runners advanced to second and third, respectively. And now the count goes to 2-2 on Shea Bowen. That one an unearned run against Capel, but still has some runners on the base paths that are his as that ball outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He hit both Canton and Neve. Canton at third, Neve at second. Both in scoring position for Bowen with 20 RBI on the season. The payoff pitch. Inside, and it'll load the bases again. Now Nick Miller, the third baseman, gets a chance with the bases loaded as there is a mound visit here. Yao Ramirez, the shortstop. Travis Helm, the backstop, going out to talk to Capel. Nick Miller out of Park University Gilbert. One of a couple of guys out of that NAIA school, of course. The head coach for the Blackbears, Kelly Stinnett, also the head coach at Park University Gilbert, and able to bring some of his best guys up there with him. Miller only hitting .189 on the West Coast League season, but does have an 8-game on-base streak with walks in 5 straight games coming to this one. 25 drawn walks. He has more walks than hits. Capel's first delivery. That's up high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Miller in his junior year at Park hit .328. So it was a good year for him. Park University, a member of the CalPAC. The 1-0. That's it towards the left side. That'll poke through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Bronson Neve being waved home. The throw from Giesig will not be able to get to the plate in time. 2 runs will score on that RBI single from Nick Miller. Now a 3-0 lead here early for the visiting CowlitzBlack Bears. Cody Estes, the left fielder, with 1 runner in scoring position and an additional runner at first, up to the dish. Capel looking to break out of this jam and limit the damage. The first delivery up high and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the 7-hole hitter from South Mountain Community College, another JUCO in Arizona. The 1-0. That finds the zone on the inner edge for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Estes hitting .172. He started the season on a 7-game hitting streak, and he's on a stretch with hits in 3 of his last 4 games, but before this current stretch, hitless in 13 of his 16 previous, which is why his average is 28 points below 200 as that next pitch. Down and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on second is Shea Bowen. Runner on first is Nick Miller. Cody Estes, the left fielder, at the plate. The 2-1. Down and in again for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. So Capel coming into this one had not given up an earned run across 4 appearances. Normally as a reliever, but as his last outing showed, he's able to pitch deep into games. He had 3 innings that one. It's his first start. Looking a little rattled out there as the 3-1 is popped up high in the air. And the center fielder, Bahanda, will take a couple steps in and record the second out of this inning. Apologies, we are facing a little bit of technical difficulties with our high home camera. So we're going to stay on this center field camera just for now. You'll be able to see the pitches. We'll try to get the first camera up and running as soon as we can. And Caden Hernandez, the shortstop out of Clark College, up to the plate. Capel breathes in, checks back in at second. A big lead as Capel delivers. That's in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. That's Shea Bowen at second who had that big lead. He has 8 stolen bases on the West Coast League season, so is a threat to go. The 0-1-2 Hernandez. That's fouled off for strike 2. Quickly 0-2. Capel looking to get out of this inning with only the 3 runs against him. Hernandez yet to notch a hit this West Coast League season, 0 for 17. Did draw walks in each of his first 4 games, but has not reached base safely since. As that next delivery gets the call, a pair of punch-outs in the first inning for the man on the mound, Matt Capel. The Blackbears do score 3 runs early in this one. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Lefties playing from behind. Jared Bahanda leading things off for the Lefties as he swings and misses at this first pitch from the man on the mound, Calvin Prosky, out of UC Santa Barbara D1 school in the Big West Conference. His 0-1. This is hit well down the right field line. Hooking, though, likely going foul. And, yes, it goes foul there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Bahanda. This is his 3rd game in the leadoff spot in a row as the next delivery outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the man out of Cal State Bakersfield. The next offering down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Bahana with a 3-hit day his last time out, and also had a spectacular catch in the outfield. The 2-2. That's chopped up the middle, fielded by Prosky, who will just flip it over, and the first baseman, Neve, will secure it for the first out. 1 out in the frame. Now Jeremy Giesig up to the dish. Giesig out of Cal State San Bernardino. 341 average for him. Looking to get a quick start here as that first delivery up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Giesig, who has reached base safely in 47 of the 50 games he's played in. Next pitch down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Giesig currently leads the West Coast League in hits. Now the next pitch to him, down low for ball 3. Giesig has a slim lead over Nate Kirkpatrick of Bellingham. Kirkpatrick has 70 hits, so a 2-hit lead, and he will draw a 4-pitch walk, so has now reached base safely in 48 of the 51 games he's played in.
Next up to bat, second baseman, number 21, Roberto Garza-Nunez.
Roberto Garza-Nunez, who has really been on a tear as of late, had 8 hits in the last series. Across 3 games, had a 4-hit day his last time out. 3-game hitting streak for him. So first pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. As there is a mound visit here between the catcher, Allen, and Prosky. Let's introduce you to this defense for Cowlitz. Calvin Prosky on the mound. Ben Allen behind the plate. At first is Bronson Neve, followed by Jason Nagler. Then Caden Hernandez at short. Miller at third. And then your outfield from left to right is Estes, Canton, followed by Rogier in right. And Roberto Garza-Nunez, the second baseman for Port Angeles, with a 1-out count. The next delivery to him. This is popped up in the air to right. Rogier going back a couple steps towards the wall, will get under it. And we have the second out of the inning.
Next up to bat, first baseman, number 33, Eric Valdivia.
So now 2 outs, and the Lefties have a base runner. That's Jeremy Giesig at first, who is a speedy guy. Leads this team in stolen bases. Valdivia at the plate as Giesig headed for second. The throw is a good one, and it gets him. That'll end the inning. Technically a 1-2-3 inning for Prosky as Giesig is thrown out there as a runner. We will head to the top of the second, and the Blackbears have an early 3-0 lead. Matt Capel back on the mound for his second inning of work. 3 runs against him in the top of the first inning. Now Ben Allen, the 9-hole hitter at the dish. The first offering to him is chopped towards the left side. He thinks it's a foul ball, and it will be ruled foul. Likely grounded off his ankle, and will go for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now. Dan, we are dealing with some technical difficulties on our high home camera, trying to figure that out. The 0-1 delivery to Allen. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Allen, an incoming freshman to the University of Portland. The 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. A third strikeout for Matt Capel. 1 away from tying his season high, and he's only an inning and a third way through his outing. Caleb Rogier, the leadoff hitter, struck out looking to start this one off. And that one down and in for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Max Rogier off the plate a little bit. Holds that bat high in his stance. The 1-0. That's hit into the outfield. Jeremy Giesig coming in, but that'll drop for a base hit for Rogier. And now brings up to the plate Jace Nagler, who reached on an error in the first inning, scored the first run of the game for the Blackbears. And now back up with a runner on first. Still 1 out in the inning after Capel notched his 3rd punch-out of the game. He sets, kicks, and deals. Up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 80 miles per hour on that pitch from Capel. The 1-0. That's popped up, but hits the netting above home plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, that's the problem, because I plugged it back in, because it was unplugged when you were looking at it. Nagler, the 2-hole, also playing second base, originally from Redmond, Oregon. Staying somewhat closer to home in the NWAC at Lower Columbia College. As there's a pickoff attempt, gets over the head of Valdivia. It bounces back to Garza Nunez, but he won't have a play at second. Rogier advances on the error. So it's still Nagler at the plate. The traditional double play now out of the question. So he breathes in, checks back in at second. Now it's 1-1. That finds the zone on the breaking ball for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Capel looking to have a much shorter inning than his top of the first. The 1-2. That's down there, blocked by Helm. The runner is going to throw from Helm. Not in time. And that's ruled a wild pitch. This opens up the playbook for Nagler. He can hit a sac fly, simply get a hit to knock home the man at third, Rogier. The 2-2. That goes above the head of Nagler for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Home plate umpire checking in to see if that actually did hit him, but it did not. And we will turn to this full count from Capel. A long hold from him. Now his payoff. That's fouled off again. So we've seen Capel with the stuff. Already has 3 strikeouts today. Only given up 2 hits, but a pair of hit batters and a walk in the first inning. Is how the Blackbears have a 3-0 lead. As this 3-2 is flared into right field. Garza Nunez going out, and he'll be able to snag that one. Not deep enough for Rogier to try to score on that play. A little bit of a web gem there from Roberto Garza Nunez. Had a great jump on that one to make a play. Sam Canton, the 3-hole hitter, got hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored a run. Originally from Port Orchard, Washington. One of the most veteran players Cowlitz has to offer. So first pitch to him, up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That is veteran experience with the Blackbears. Playing with Cowlitz in 2023 and 2022. And a much better year last year. And he's having this go around as that one down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Canton hit .324 in his second year with the Blackbears. The 2-0. Outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Only hitting .171 this time. Well, that's only 41 at-bats, though, as a 3-0 delivery is fouled off for strike one. 3 balls, 1 strike. We saw Roberto Garza Nunez for the Lefties at second in his second season with Port Angeles. He had somewhat of a slow start according to his standards, but really started to heat it up. Might be the case for Canton as he swings and misses at this one for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Capel looking for another early punch out. Already has 3 of them as Canton fouls this one off. So Canton in his 3rd year with the Blackbears, trying to end the season on a high note. And despite the low average, he's only played in 12 games, has reached base in all 12 of them. The payoff to him is a swing and a miss. Capel with his 4th strikeout of the day. He's through 2 innings and has already tied his season high in strikeouts. Strands a runner at 3rd. Reach base on a 1-out single. We will head to the bottom of the 2nd. Lefties with another chance, trailing 3-0. Eric Valdivia back up to the plate. Saw him in the 1st inning, but Jeremy Giesig was thrown out to close that frame as the first pitch to him finds the zone for strike 1. Valdivia out of Chaffey College, one of those mid-season additions for the Lefties. As the 0-1 is hit towards the right side, might go fair, but just ekes foul for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, we are having trouble with our high home camera. Hoping to get that up and working, but for now, you get the view of the mound and home plate. The 0-2. That's a swing and a miss at a pitch down and away, and it'll send Valdivia packing to the dugout. Brings up Brett Haggerty, who we haven't seen at the plate in a little bit. Did not head up to the dish in the Edmonton series. He's hitting 155 on the year, but with a pair of jacks. As the first delivery to him is a weird swing there, but will go for strike 1 as he just fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out for the man out of Yakima Valley College. Have to go retrieve that foul ball there. Haggerty stands at 6'6". The 0-1 curveball is hit towards the left side, but foul for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on the infielder, originally from Olympia, Washington. We've seen spurts of greatness from Haggerty. He can really turn it on. Had a good stretch in mid-July. So that 0-2 up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, hit 290 his freshman year at Yakima Valley, with 7 homers and 45 RBI. As he pops this high up in the air, will stay on the infield. Nagler and Hernandez will converge as Hernandez nabs that one for out number 2. So 5 up, 5 down for the Lefties. Jeremy Giesig did draw a walk in the first inning, but was thrown out stealing. So we're at 5 up, 5 down right now. Julio Vasquez Jr., the third baseman out of Henderson State, gets his first crack. He's in the starting lineup. One of the better players Port Angeles has to offer. The first delivery. That's just up high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Julio Vasquez Jr. with an on-base percentage of .375. That's good for 5th on the team. As the 1-0 taken for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. An on-base mark would be 4th if you don't include Wyatt Hall, who's only played in 3 games for the Lefties. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vasquez Jr. hitting .239, so has a very high on-base percentage as he fouls this one off. High on-base percentage compared to his batting average, but can still swing it, has 22 hits on the year. He is a returner to Port Angeles. Was a mid-season addition with the Lefties last season. The 1-2. That's a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. He'll head to first on a drop third strike, and that pulls the first baseman off the bag. Vasquez Jr. strikes out, but is able to reach first base after legging that one out. Put on pressure on Ben Allen. Usually see players jog those ones out, thinking there's a very little chance for them to reach the base safely. But Julio Vasquez Jr. able to do it there. Now Travis Helm heads up to the plate with a chance with 2 outs. The first delivery. That's outside. Just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Might have gotten the call if Allen wasn't pulled up away from where he was set. Vasquez Jr. at first base. Getting a healthy lead there. Now the 1-0 is fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vasquez Jr. with 1 stolen base on the year has only tried to go 4 times, so unlikely here. But with 2 outs, lefties might try to make something happen. We'll see what they do on the base paths. Travis Helm out of Central Washington University in his second year with the Lefties. As that drops in for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is technically, actually his 3rd season. Only played in 2 games in 2022, though, which is why I say it's his 2nd full season, and he swings and misses at that one to end the inning. Lefties get another base runner on a dropped 3rd strike. First time we've seen one of those happen successfully at Civic Field for Port Angeles, but not able to capitalize there. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Blackbears up 3-0. Matt Capel, after a solid second inning, back out for his third frame of work. Bronson Neve, one of the run scorers for Cowlitz, back up to the dish as he hits this into the outfield. It'll be a long run for Jeremy Giesig, not able to get there. And that's a base hit for Neve, who will stop at first. So one pitch and a leadoff runner is on for the Cowlitz Blackbears. Shea Bowen now up to the plate, walked in his first plate appearance. Bowen, we talked about at his first at-bat, was at Shasta College, but before that, Umpqua Community College. Talk about why that's important after this next pitch from Capel. His first delivery. That finds the zone at the knees for strike one. No balls, one strike. Jason Leone, a current Port Angeles lefty, was teammates with Bowen at Umpqua Community College, both their freshman and sophomore years. The 0-1. That's down in the dirt for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bowen and Leone had somewhat similar stories. Pair of years at Umpqua, but with COVID, got a third year out of JUCO. Bowen at Shasta, and Jason Leone at College of the Desert. So 1-1 delivery, down and away for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. And then both moved on to 4-year universities. Bowen at the D2 Lubbock Christian University, and Jason Leone at the Division I Cal State Bakersfield. A long hold from Capel, now is 2-1. In there for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the third. Cowlitz with a 3-0 lead. Capel on the mound getting his first start on the season. After a rocky first inning, locked things in the second, as his 2-2 is popped up in the air to Bahanda in center, who goes back and grabs that one. Bahanda on Sunday had a dazzling play in center that forced him to dive. He did kind of faceplant into the outfield fence. Glad to see he's okay. Really just a hit to the eye, so no concussion. As Nick Miller, the third baseman who had a single in the first, it's another opportunity against Capel. The first delivery. That's outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Miller, who again out of Park University Gilbert, with Cowlitz head coach Kelly Student, who has the same position at Park. Runner on second is Bronson Neve, as Capel checks back in on him, and now is 1-0, finds the zone for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Miller. Miller in the Calpac Conference at the NAIA level, same conference as Roberto Garza Nunez and the Embry-Riddle Eagles. Lefties have a good number of Embry-Riddle guys on this roster, as many as 4 at one point, as the 1-1 finds the outer edge for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Miller, who has now reached base in 9 straight games. Extended that streak in the first inning. Capel looking for a 5th punch-out of the day. Checks back in at second. Now is 1-2. Runner does go, as that one won't even draw a throw. A stolen base for Bronson Neve. Neve has 6 stolen bases on the year. Still Miller at the plate. Count is 2-2 on him. The next offering, that's a swing and a miss. Capel with 5 punch-outs on the day. He's looked good so far in terms of strikeouts. Already a season high for him with that one. Previous high was 4 punch-outs across 3 innings of work. Now he has 5 across 2 2/3. We'll see how long and deep he goes in this one. Obviously, first start of the season. Was out of the bullpen for his first couple appearances. First delivery to Estes. Down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now. on the left fielder. The 1-0. That's popped up in the air to right. Kosei Suzuki going back to the wall. He won't be able to track it. That goes to the wall. That'll score a run as Estes headed for second. And he'll get in there standing. A double for Estes that scores a run. That's Bronson Neve coming over from third. And it's now a 4-0 lead for Cowlitz. Blackbears looking good so far. Exit speed of 92 miles per hour. That one went 325 feet. Obviously not enough to get over that right field wall, and that was well hit for the man out of South Mountain Community College. Gives way to Caden Hernandez, still looking for his first hit on the season. As Capel steps off the mound to check in on Estes, we'll just casually walk back in to the second base bag. Capel focusing a lot on the runner, and now he delivers a pitch at the knees for strike one. No balls, one strike to the 8-hole hitter out of Clark College.
Oh, wait, there's no beer battery today.
Hernandez struck out looking his first time up. The 0-1. That's popped up in the air to center, but Jared Bahanda will barely have to move to track that one. We are through 2.5 innings. We will head to the bottom of the third. Cowlitz puts up another, and the Blackbears lead 4-0. Kosei Suzuki at the plate. First delivery to him is a swing and a miss for strike one. No balls, one strike on the right fielder out of Frank Phillips College. Lefties trail here 4-0 in the bottom of the third. Need to get something started as that next delivery on the outer edge for strike two. No balls, two strikes quickly on Suzuki, who's coming off of a strong day. 3 hits his last time out. The 0-2, this is hit well down the left field line. That'll go fair as Suzuki headed for second. He will stop there, and it's a stand-up double for Kosei Suzuki to start off this inning. 94 miles per hour off the bat. Interestingly enough, Suzuki, last game against Edmonton in the second inning, he led off that frame with a double, came around to score. So racking up the extra base hits. That goes as his 6th double of the year. He's 3rd on the team in hits as Yaramires is at the plate. That one goes outside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on the man headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the fall, a D1 school. Suzuki hands on his hips at second as Ramirez squares up to bunt but pulls back. Had a pitch in the zone for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 9-hole hitter. We've also seen Yar Ramirez really turn it on at points, looking to have a strong end to his season as he flares this one into right, but Rozier barely has to move and grabs that one. Suzuki will stay at second, not able to advance there. Again, for those of you just tuning in, we're having technical difficulties with our high home camera. So for now, we're just going to stick with our center field camera. That's the view you're currently watching on your screen. I'll try to describe the game action a little bit more so you can hear what you don't see. Brings us to the top of the order, Jared Bahanda, who chopped a grounder for his first time out. As this next delivery up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bahanda with hits in 2 straight games, looking to extend that mini streak. Suzuki is at second as the 1-0. This is popped up in the air to shallow center field. But again, Canton barely has to move and grabs that one for the second out. So a pair of flyouts, and we're at 2 outs. Now Jeremy Giesig, who walked in the first, heads back up to the dish. Obviously, lefties want to win, but almost more importantly, help get Jeremy Giesig that hits title for the West Coast League. Slim 2-hit lead as we enter play tonight, as that first pitch up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Later today, we'll check in on how Nate Kirkpatrick is doing. See how close he is to tying Jeremy Giesig atop the West Coast League leaderboard. A good block there by Allen behind the plate at a pitch down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now on Jeremy Giesig. It is still the UCSB product Calvin Prosky on the bump. Again, in his 10th game. A long look at second now is 2-0. Taken for strike on the outer edge. The Bears, the Blackbears I should say, are 4-5 in games Prosky appears in. And last time out, Prosky was credited with the loss. That was his 2-1. Down low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Giesig walked on 4 pitches in the first inning, has yet to swing this at-bat. 8 pitches, no swings for him. As the 3-1, this is hit towards the right side. Nagler will field it and toss it over to the first baseman to end the inning. Bears maintain their 4-0 lead, although the lefties put on a leadoff double. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Lefties trail by 4.
Our next game of the night is the Chip Challenge. Tonight, Adrian and Randy will have 2 chances.
New man on the bump for Port Angeles is Jason Knopfsinger. Capel's day is over after 3 innings. Capel had a good number of strikeouts. 5 on the day as Knopfsinger delivers. That's a grounder towards the left side. Vasquez Jr. tosses it over to Valdivia and retires Ben Allen, the catcher. Again, we are still dealing with technical difficulties on our high home camera. I don't think we're going to be able to get it up today, but hopefully for the final 2 games of the series, we'll be able to get you a different angle. We apologize for that. Caleb Rogier, 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout up to the plate. He's the leadoff hitter as that first delivery to him finds the zone. No balls, 1 strike. As the 0-1 from Knopfsinger. Down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rogier has 8 multi-hit games on the season. Only has hits in 10 games. So now has hits in 11 with a single earlier as he swings and misses. Actually foul tips that one for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So when Rogier gets hits, they come in bunches. Looking for another multi-hit game today. As the 1-2 down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Cowlitz with a 4-0 lead. Knopfsinger out of Shasta College looking to keep it just that 4-run deficit for the home side Port Angeles Lefties. This is chopped to Vasquez Jr. looking for a second putout of the inning, and he secures it. A second ground out to the man at third, Julio Vasquez Jr. And now we have 2 outs in the inning. Knopfsinger looking to notch a 1-2-3 inning. This is Knopfsinger's 5th appearance for Port Angeles. He's looked good so far through 2 batters. As he kicks and fires. That's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So Knopfsinger with 3 games in West Coast League play, 1 in non-league play. As his 1-0 is popped up in the air. This is hit well. Bahanda going back, though. He'll get under it and secure the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jason Knopfsinger. Cowlitz still has a 4-0 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, see if the Lefties can change that. Roberto Garza Nunez to lead off this frame for Port Angeles. Lefties trail by 4 here in the bottom of the 4th. And the career hits holder for Port Angeles hits this one to right field. Rogier going back, and he'll secure that fly ball for the 1st out of the inning. I was trying to say Garza Nunez, the franchise career hits record holder, looking to extend that lead across the final 2 games of the season. He was the single season hits record holder, knocking through 63 last season. As the first delivery to Eric Valdivia in there for strike one. No balls, one strike. Jeremy Giesig has since broken that Garza Nunez record. He is now the single season record holder in franchise history for Port Angeles as Valdivia fouls this one off for strike two. No balls, two strikes. But Garza Nunez still the career franchise hits record holder. The 0-2. That's down in the dirt for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As a matter of fact, Garza Nunez with exactly 63 hits this year, 63 hits last year. So 126 so far in his Port Angeles career. But over to Eric Valdivia, who struck out in his first at-bat. The 1-2. This is chopped towards the left side. Miller will field it on a hop and retire Valdivia on a ground out. The man on the mound, Calvin Prosky, had a 1-2-3 first inning and only allowed one base runner each in the second and third. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Brett Haggerty at the dish, looking to prevent that. He popped up to the shortstop in his first plate appearance as this first delivery down and away for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on the man out of Yakima Valley College. The 1-0. This is roped towards the left side and will be a base hit for Haggerty. He's taking a hard turn around first, and he's headed. No, he stops there. Really thought about that one, but it was too shallow, and Estes, the left fielder, got a good jump on it. So a single for Brett Haggerty, 90 miles per hour off the bat. So unless we get a caught stealing or a pickoff, no 1-2-3 inning for Prosky, originally from Oak Park, Illinois, but taking his talents to Santa Barbara. Julio Vasquez Jr. at the dish with 2 outs. First offering to him finds the zone for strike one. No balls, 1 strike. Prosky, in his freshman year at Santa Barbara, had a 6.10 ERA, but the Gauchos had a very good season. He even hosted a regional in the NCAA tournament. As this pitch gets away from Allen behind the plate, Haggerty will take second on the wild pitch. Prosky did not pitch in the postseason as Santa Barbara went 2-2 in the regional it hosted. Finished the season off at 44-14 as the Oregon Ducks won the Santa Barbara Regional. Count is 1-1 on Julio Vasquez Jr. The next offering. Curveball drops into the zone for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vasquez Jr. struck out in the second inning, but did happen to reach base as it was a dropped third strike and Allen couldn't complete the play. So 1-2 down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the man have the Division II Henderson State University. Started his career at Howard College in Texas. He's originally from Cambridge, Ontario, so he's been around as he hits this foul towards the left side. Talking with him, entering his senior year at Henderson State School in Arkansas. He'll drive down from Ontario for his senior year. It's a long drive all the way down to the Midwest and the southern states in America, and he is ringed up on strikes there. That's another punch out for Prosky, and it'll end the inning. Lefties get another base runner, but are unable to scrape across a run. We'll head to the top of the 5th. This one moving quickly, and the Blackbears have a 4-0 lead. Knopfsinger delivers, and this is popped up by Sam Canton into foul territory. Vasquez Jr. falls to his butt, but grabs that one on the pop out. Good play there from the third baseman. And one pitch, one out for Jason Knopfsinger. He had a 1-2-3 fourth inning. And gets another quick out here. Bronson Neve, who has scored 2 runs today off of a hit by pitch and a single. Knopfsinger kicks and deals. Up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Knopfsinger fair. Neve rounding first, thinking about 2. He's headed as Roberto Garza Nunez won't be able to tag Neve in time. And that's a sliding double for Neve. His second hit of the day, third time reaching base. Shea Bowen up to the plate. The designated hitter. His Lubbock Christian University had a great season this past year. He was a big part of it, hitting .338. Lubbock Christian won the Lone Star Conference and made it to the NCAA Division II baseball tournament as the first delivery from Knopfsinger up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bowen went .302 in the 11 postseason games he played in. That's the South Central Regional and the South Central Super Regional to go along with the Lone Star Conference Tournament. The 1-0. Up high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. While Lubbock Christian only won 1 game in its Super Regionals, Bowen scored 4 runs in that win. Of course, it was a 25-12 win. So only 4 of 25 runs for his squad, but still impressive nonetheless. The 2-0. Up high and away for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now back to Knopfsinger. He's headed to Shasta College, which Bowen at the plate also going to the same school. The 3-0. And that finds the zone for strike 1. Just gets the call there. 3 balls, 1 strike now. On the left-handed hitter, Shea Bowen. Knopfsinger played his freshman year in the NWAC, took a gap year this last year, spent some time at Driveline to train and get better. Now headed back to a JUCO as that's a swing and a miss from Shea Bowen. Should maybe foul tip there, and the count will go full. Runner on second is Bronson Neve, who just had a double. We have 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Knopfsinger was roommates at Driveline with fellow Lefties pitcher Jackson Price. Price headed to Chaffey College. As there's a pickoff attempt here. Late tag from Ya Ramirez, but won't be able to get the runner, Bronson Neve. So Knopfsinger headed to the 3C2A Shasta College. And Jackson Price will also be joining the 3C2A, but with Chaffey. The full count pitch. That's outside. And Bowen draws his second walk of the day. Nick Miller heads up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. One of Matt Capel's 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. But it's now Jason Knopfsinger in his second inning of work, looking to strand a pair of runners. Blackbears already have a 4-0 back in at second. Now the delivery to Nick Miller. That finds the zone in the upper edge. No balls, 1 strike. Miller played with Cowlitz in 2022, hit .339. Across only 62 at-bats. Did not play with the Blackbears last season, but back with the West Coast League team this year as he hits this one into right field. Kosei Suzuki charging in and secures the second out. So 2 outs now in the top of the 5th. Blackbears do have a pair of base runners, 1 at first, 1 at second. And Estes Cody Estes, 1 for 2 on the day with a double in the third. He gets another chance. First time facing off against Jason Knopfsinger, who's in his second inning of work. He checks back in at second, now delivers. At the letters for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Knopfsinger had a solid freshman year in the NWAC, 4.30 ERA across 9 games, and put up scoreless outings in 5 of his last 6. Decided to take his talents to a gap year training program, now headed back to school. The 0-1. This is popped up in the air to right. Kosei Suzuki charging in, and he'll get his second straight put out to close out this top of the 5th inning. We're halfway through this one. Blackbears with a 4-0 lead. We'll see you for the bottom of the 5th. Travis Helm up to the dish. Trying to start a rally for Port Angeles. Lefties trail by 4. First offering to him. Doesn't get the call for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Helm, the 7-hole hitter this evening, struck out in his first at-bat. The 1-0. Taken right down central for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's still Prosky on the mound. He's been looking good. Obviously, no runs to his name. The 1-1. Finds the outer edge for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitter out of Central Washington University. The 1-2. That's fouled off as the first baseman will not be able to get there. That goes out of play. Helm with a second inning strikeout, now hitting an even 250. 20 hits in 80 at-bats. To go along with 5 RBI. The 1-2. Check swing. Appeal, and he went. That's another strikeout for Prosky.
Next in the bat right fielder, number 12, Kosei Suzuki.
Has 5 punch-outs on the day. Should really only have 4. But because of a dropped third strike, had to secure another out and gets it there. So 1 out in the inning now. Kosei Suzuki up to the dish. First offering to him, finds the zone for strike 1. Suzuki started off the 3rd inning with a stand-up double, hard hit stand-up double, but he was stranded. The 0-1. That's fouled off for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So Suzuki with a 3-hit day yesterday, looking to improve on that today. Now with 39 base knocks on the year.
He's also looked very good defensively today as well.
Made a couple of nice leaping grabs, getting some good jumps on some balls hit to right field as he just flares this into right field. Rozier will barely have to move and secures the second out. quickly 2 outs in the inning. Lefties looking to avoid another 1, 2, 3 inning. They've only had one other in this one. That came in the first inning. Lefties have done a good job avoiding the 1, 2, 3 inning. I've had some assistance, again, one of those being the dropped third strike in the second frame. But now Yao Ramirez at the plate as that first one goes for strike one without a swing. No balls, 1 strike on the right-handed hitter. He flew out to right. His first plate appearance. As he hits this one into right field again, Rozier will jog in and track that one for the third out. We're through 5 innings. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Cowlitz, it's looking good on the mound, and the Blackbears have a 4-0 lead. We'll see you soon. Takuma Sato on the bump for Port Angeles now. Another pitching change for the Lefties. Sato out of Mount Hood Community College. Looking to end the season on a strong note. This might be his last appearance, depending on how long he goes in this one. Last pitched on July 30th at Nanaimo. Tossed an inning there. 1 earned run off of a hit. No walks and a strikeout. Caden Hernandez, the shortstop, coming up to the right-handed batter's box to face off against Sato. That means Jason Knopfsinger's day is over. He had a solid 2-inning performance, one of them going down 1, 2, 3. Did give up a pair of base runners in the 5th frame, but was able to strand them. And now Sato facing off against Hernandez, who is 0 for 2. First pitch finds the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez 0 for 19. Still yet to record a hit this season. The 0-1. Just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Hernandez will look to find his stride across the next 3 games before headed back to Clark College for his sophomore year, as he hits this one hard to left, but Jeremy Giesig is there. Not able to get an exit velocity on that one, but luckily falls safely into the glove of Jeremy Giesig.
Made that play look really easy, even though when you're out there, it can be a little tough. Did a good job adjusting his body and getting in front of that and making the catch.
As it brings Ben Allen up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. So he fouls this one off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. If you're just joining us, We apologize. We're having technical difficulties with our high home camera, so we're only showing off the center field camera. We'll try to get our high home one up and running before tomorrow's game. Has this 0-1 up high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sato with that looping breaking ball. His 1-1 delivery. Is that just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. His breaking ball sits around 66 miles per hour, I'd say on average. That last pitch, 84. So an 18 mile per hour difference between his fastball and his breaking ball. The 2-1. Just outside again. This one at 85 miles per hour. And we'll go for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. This is Sato's 9th appearance in West Coast League play for the Lefties, to go along with 2 appearances in non-league play. The 3-1. Check swing, but did not go, and he'll reach base. That is Allen at the plate. With that first out of the inning, Sato threw 9 innings even. And it brings us to the top of the order, Caleb Rogier, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a single in the second and a strikeout, looking to open the action up today. Back up to the plate. The first delivery. That's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now on Rogier, who again at Park University Gilbert, not his first school, was previously at Wayland Baptist, similarly an NAIA school. Before that, Northeastern JUCO. The 1-0. This is popped up in the air. Suzuki, long run for him. He won't be able to get there. That's a hit. Tries to retire. Runner headed to second. That's Ben Allen, but he gets in by a step. So a single for Caleb Rogier, his second hit of the day. And we mentioned it earlier. Coming into this one, Rogier had 8 multi-hit games, only had hits in 10 total games. So now and just improving that mark. 9 multi-hit games with hits in 11 so far. So when the hits come, they come in waves for Rogier. Jace Nagler at the plate. First delivery to him is hit to the left side. Vasquez Jr. will tag third, toss it over to first to try to complete the double play, and he somehow ruled safe. They do get the lead runner at third, but somehow he does not get the call over at first. He looked out by a step there. And fans are frustrated here in the stands, getting some jeers. But wow.
He looked out to me.
He looked out to me as well. But the field umpire had to whip his head from third over to first. That might have obscured his vision a little bit. But Jace Nagler reaches base on a fielder's choice. Sam Canton hits this in to left field. Jeremy Giesig at the line, secures it. So no harm, no foul. Lefties are able to strand a couple of base runners. And we're now headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lefties still trailing 4-0. Jared Bahanda up to the plate. Still facing off against the man on the mound, Calvin and Prosky. Prosky through 5 scoreless innings so far. Looking for more. Bahanda, the leadoff hitter for Port Angeles, as that one goes up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bahanda 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out to center.
Prosky's looked very, very solid today.
Yes, he has. The 1-0. That's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Prosky so far with 4 punch-outs on the day. His 2-0. This is hit towards the left side into foul territory. Miller giving chase. And is he able to secure that one? Yes, he is. And Bahanda out. That's a little bit unlucky. Just hits the glove of Miller before it goes out of play.
We've seen a couple catches over there on that third base line in foul territory today.
Saw Julio Vasquez Jr. make one of those grabs for Port Angeles. And it's Miller over at third who secures that one. And now Jeremy Giesig, who's 0-4 on the day with a walk, gets an opportunity as he hits this curveball towards the right side. Nagler will field it and retire. Giesig nearly beats that one out. He's a speedy runner. But will be able to secure the out against Jeremy Giesig. And now Roberto Garza Nunez with a pair of flyouts to right up to the plate. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lefties do trail here 4-0 against the CowlitzBlack Bears. Looking to start a comeback. The first offering to Garza Nunez is chopped towards the left side. Hernandez will backhand it. It's a long throw for him. Garza Nunez trying to beat it out, and that will go past the first baseman. And he'll take second as that goes into the lefties' dugout.
Well, right before that hit, I was about to say the lefties aren't shy of those 2-out rallies, and as we see, they got something going here. Let's see if they can get a run across the board here with a runner in scoring position.
Eric Valdivia with that chance with runners in scoring position. That's Garza Nunez at second. And Eric Valdivia here today. He has been hitting over 300 for a good portion of the season. Has dipped below that mark as he takes strike 1 here without a swing. Hitless in his past 2 games, but did draw a walk in his latest plate appearance. As he hits this one down the left field line, just ekes foul for strike 2.
Looked like that was just going to eke fair almost. But
will go foul and go for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Valdivia, who's originally from San Bernardino, California, entering his redshirt sophomore year with the Chaffee Panthers. Garza Nunez in scoring position. Valdivia looking to put the lefties on the board. The 0-2. That's a swing and a miss at a pitch well below the zone, and will end the inning. Lefties get another 2-out base runner, but are not able to capitalize. And we will head to the top of the 7th. Lefties trail 4-0. Takuma Sato back out on the mound for his second inning of work. Bronson Neve back up to the dish, and he hits this sky high on the infield. Yaramira's on the left side, tracking it, and after a couple seconds, it falls into his glove for the first out of the inning.
That one was up there for quite a bit, you know.
Went well above us in the press box, and took a while to come back into our view, but nonetheless goes for out number one. Shea Bowen, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a pair of walks drawn, heads up to the dish, left-handed hitter.
That ball was in the air for a while. You could go out for a walk and come back and still be in the air.
As that first pitch goes for strike one, no balls, 1 strike on Bowen. Sato looking to get through a scoreless frame here as his breaking ball doesn't get the call. It looked good on TrackMan, but we'll go for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch went at 67 miles per hour. So good. Bit shorter than his fastball. How's that next delivery up high for ball 2? 2 balls, 1 strike on the designated hitter. Bone, of course, out of Lubbock Christian University. The 2-1 from Sato. This is hit well towards right, but Suzuki will be able to catch it on a line for the second out.
I will say the defense has cleaned up a bit ever since they gave up the first 4 runs of the game. The pitching has looked well. Just let's get the offense going. We got a ball game.
So far, lefties have thrown 3 2/3 straight scoreless innings. Sato looking to advance that to an even 4. Nick Miller at the plate, 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Takes ball 1 there. 1 ball and no strikes on Miller. Not the character from New Girl, but the baseball player. Miller from Kelso, Washington.
You watch New Girl?
I used to when it was still going on. Great show. I would recommend it to anyone. Now's that next pitch up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Nick Miller, as a matter of fact, one of my favorite characters.
Give it a try.
The 2-0 offering. That's up high again for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Sato with a high delivery. When he misses, he does often miss above the zone, either with the breaking ball or the fastball. That one at 88 miles per hour. Miller, the third baseman. The 3-0 to him. This is popped up high in the air again. Another moonshot here. And Ramirez will be the man to track this one. And a second put out for him in this inning. So 1, 2, 3 for Sato, the man on the mound. And we're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. The lefties still trail 4-0 against the Blackbears. Pitching change. First one we've seen out of Cowlitz today. It's Michael Lejeune, a Gonzaga baseball commit, on the bump. Brett Haggerty at the plate. Lejeune's first offering. Swing and a miss from Haggerty, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single his last time up. Lejeune has appeared in 4 games. This is his 5th. A 9.0 ERA as another swing and a miss from Haggerty. No balls, 2 strikes quickly. Lejeune, the last time he went out, was credited with a loss in a 9-6 defeat at the hands of the Portland Pickles. And a 3rd straight swing and a miss from Brett Haggerty to start out the outing for Michael Lejeune. Obviously, with Lejeune on the bump, that means the day is over for Calvin Prosky. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, with 1 walk and 6 punch-outs on only 72 pitches. But now it's Michael Lejeune, who's only had to throw 3, and he already has 1 strikeout. Julio Vasquez Jr. with a pair of punch-outs to his name today. Did reach base, though, on one of the strikeouts, as it was a dropped 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. He was able to leg it out. First offering to him outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the right-handed hitter out of Henderson State University. So Lejeune from Lakewood, Washington, staying in the state of Washington and going to Gonzaga. As a check swing there from Vasquez Jr., but gets a piece of that for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the foul ball. Lejeune has been committed to Gonzaga since January 26th of 2021. So over 3 years for him. As that next delivery down low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Over 3 years, he's known. And he's going to be joining the Bulldogs. The 2-1. Another swing and a miss. That Lejeune draws, and that will go for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the third baseman for Port Angeles.
I will say the Spokane baseball field is very nice. I went up there and saw it for my own eyes.
As Vasquez Jr. fouls this one off. I haven't had the pleasure of making it over there.
Beautiful campus over there in Spokane, beautiful baseball field, but as usual, we will say not as beautiful as the best place to play baseball in the West Coast League.
And what is that? Is that Civic Field?
That will be Civic Field in beautiful Port Angeles, Washington.
As Vasquez Jr. fouls this one off his ankle, count will remain the same. We've had some pretty beautiful sunsets here at Civic Field. You can still see the sunlight bathing the Olympic Mountains. Unfortunately, with our lack of a high home camera today, viewers at home won't be able to see it, but hopefully tomorrow it'll be an even better sunset, and we'll have our camera up and running. But the count remains 2-2 on Vasquez Jr. The next offering to him, up and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, count goes full. Vasquez Jr. showing off his skills of being a patient hitter. Fouled off a couple pitches to get it full. Now the next delivery is fouled off again towards the left side. All these foul balls going toward head coach Donald Bray, who is the third base coach today. It's Adrian Alvarez Jr., the first base coach. And, of course, Tanner Knapp in the dugout tonight as the pitching coach. And Vasquez Jr. hits this high in the air to shallow left field. Estes going into foul territory. And he's able to snag that one for the second out. Good number of outs that Cowlitz has recorded in foul territory. A little bit unlucky for the lefties, because both of that one and one that Jared Bahanda hit nearly eked out of play, but stayed in foul territory just long enough for Cowlitz defenders to make the play. Now Travis Helm, 0 for 2 on the day at the plate. First pitch to him, down low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the man out of Central Washington University. Originally from Beaverton, Oregon. The 1-0. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Helm entering his final year of college eligibility. Started his career off at Linfield University, but spent most of his time at Clark College as he hits this into foul territory again on the left side. Miller going out, but this one will go out of play into the visitors' dugout. So lefties catch a break there. And The count will go to 2-1 on Travis Helm. As Caden Hernandez on the field, also at Clark College. As Helm hits this into right field, Rogier, a busy man tonight, secures the third out. A 1-2-3 inning. And that's the third the Lefties have recorded so far today. We'll head to the top of the 8th inning. Port Angeles trailing 4-0. Top of the 8th inning is sponsored by Clallam County Juvenile and Family Services. A child needs your help. You can be a voice for an abused or neglected child in Clallam County. Contact Clallam County Juvenile and Family Services Child Advocate Program to volunteer at 360-417-2282. That's 360-417-2282. Sato still on the mound for the Lefties. He's looked good so far. 2 scoreless innings out of him. His first delivery is hit in the outfield by Cody Estes. Bahanda will head towards the wall and secure it. 1 pitch, 1 out in this frame.
But did not run into the wall.
Did not run into the wall. Had a little bit of a scare last game out. On Sunday, Bahanda made a diving grab. Unfortunately, slammed his head into the wall. I should say face. He did not show concussion symptoms. It was just a nasty bruise on one of his eyes. Caden Hernandez 0 for 3 on the day at the plate, but he gets hit by a pitch and will head down to first. It was a 1-2-3 7th inning for Sato. He had sent down 5 straight before that hit by pitch. But the Blackbears get a base runner. They scored 3 runs in the first and a run in the third. That's the difference today. Only 4 runs between the two teams. Cowlitz currently on top. Ben Allen 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. He's up to the plate now.
Been a pretty even game. Well, without the four runs, this has been a pretty level and even game. But Lefties, as we say, they got to keep getting these quick 1, 2, 3 innings and get something going offensively.
Lefties have gotten base runners, just not been able to capitalize, or gotten those base runners a little bit too late as there's a pickoff attempt, and Hernandez slides back in safely. Ben Allen, the 9-hole hitter, the 1-0 to him, is chopped foul for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now on the catcher, headed to the University of Portland. So a recent high school graduate. He was named his team's Defensive Player of the Year each of the last 2 seasons as a catcher. It's also first-team All-Central Valley selection and played football in high school. So the 1-1 is fouled off for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Portland Pilots getting a multi-sport athlete in Ben Allen.
You don't see a whole lot of those at this level, multi-sport athletes.
Lefties have a couple as the 1-2 is hit towards the left side. Runner did go with the pitch, so they'll only be able to get the out at first. And Ramirez able to retire Ben Allen.
This infield has looked really well today. They've done a very good job with those lineouts and pop flies. Haven't made any mistakes that I know of so far. But looking better today than they have in the past. So that's a big win for them.
Lefties do have one error on the day. That was in the first inning. As the first delivery to Rozier. Down low for ball one. One ball, no strikes. That is one error in the field. There was a throwing error to go on top of that. Runner on second is Caden Hernandez. Sato checks back in on him. Now the 1-0 is hit into the outfield. Bahanda won't be the one that gets it. It's Yao Ramirez. Kind of deceiving jog in from him. But that will end the top of the 8th inning. Lefties have 6 outs remaining to try to make something happen. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Eight-hole hitter Kosei Suzuki, 1 for 2 on the day with a double in the 3rd inning. He comes back out, still facing Lejeune on the mound. Lejeune had a 1-2-3 7th inning. His first offering. That's down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the man out of Frank Phillips College. Looking to notch his 40th hit of the year, currently sitting at 39. The 1-0. That's down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Suzuki, one of a couple lefties that were here from day one and will be all the way to the end. The 2-0. This is hit well to left. Estes going back, but that'll go over his head. Suzuki looking for his second double of the day, and he gets in there standing. A well-hit ball there. Shows off the golf swing as his celebration. A second extra base hit for Kosei Suzuki. He's been heating up. 98 miles per hour off the bat.
In kind of similar spots.
Into that left field corner there. This one went over the head of Estes, the left fielder. And that's double number 7 for Kosei Suzuki as Yao Ramirez flares this into right. Will it go fair? Yes, it does. As Kosei Suzuki rounding third, headed for the plate, and that's a double for Yao Ramirez. And Port Angeles has a run on the board after that very blooping double for Yao Ramirez. So again, the 7th double of the season for Kosei Suzuki and the 5th double of the year for Yao Ramirez.
Well, we were talking about in that last inning how great this lefties defensive squad has been ever since the 2nd inning, and we were talking about how the offense needs to wake up. This is the wake-up call. We'll see it from the offense right here. A couple back-to-back doubles.
And it brings Jared Bahanda to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Still no outs in the frame. Bahanda 0 for 3 on the day. It's the first pitch to him. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. 69 miles per hour on the gun. No balls, 1 strike on the left-handed hitter out of Cal State Bakersfield. Ya Ramirez, the runner in scoring position. The 0-1, a swing and a miss. Again on that breaking ball, up high. No balls, 2 strikes now on Bahanda, who again does not wear batting gloves. Ya Ramirez at second is both speedy and aggressive on the base paths. The 0-2 up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Ramirez can score on a single, and with his aggressiveness, probably will try no matter what. The 1-2. That's down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lejeune had that 1-2-3 7th inning, but back-to-back doubles against his name. And the lefties with their leadoff hitter looking to do some damage. That one in the dirt, blocked well by Allen, showing off why he was his team's defensive MVP for 2 straight years. But we'll go for ball 3. Count goes full on Jared Bahanda.
Bahanda can somehow get on base right here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mound visit from the Cowlitz pitching coach.
As this one finds the zone for strike 3, gets him looking, Lejeune does. And that's the first out of the inning. No mound visit necessary. As it's a full count strikeout on Jared Bahanda. Jeremy Giesig now up to the plate. Giesig 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. So has already advanced his mark of reaching base in 48 of the 51 West Coast League games he's played in. But looking to notch a hit here. First offering outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So just to put that into perspective, again, 51 games Giesig has played in. He's only not reached base in 3 of them. So the 1-0 is a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, as the leadoff hitter, normally, Giesig, of course, hitting out of the 2-hole today. He gets a lot of chances, but still, only not reaching base in 3 games is an impressive mark, and he pops this up on the infield. Second baseman Nagler will give way to Neve, who secures the second out of this bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, it looked like as soon as Giesig hit that one, he knew he was going to be out there. That's a swing he'll want back.
And it brings up Roberto Garza Nunez, who would love another RBI here. He currently sits at 33 RBI this season, 3 off of the Port Angeles franchise record set in 2022. First pitch to him. This is grounded up the middle. Ya Ramirez rounded third. He's being sent home. RBI number 34 of the season for Roberto Garza Nunez.
Speak it into existence, partner.
And Ya Ramirez scores on that 98-mile-per-hour single from Roberto Garza Nunez. And he's now 2 away from tying the record, 3 away from breaking it. And now Eric Valdivia 0 for 3 on the day with 2 swinging punch-outs up to the plate, looking to extend this inning. At least 1 more batter. Lefties have notched 3 hits in the frame, 2 of them going for extra bases as he takes this one for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Lefties have cut down the Cowlitz lead to 2 runs. Blackbears up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from Lejeune on the hitter, Eric Valdivia. As there's a pickoff attempt, catches Garza Nunez in a pickle. He'll try to break out of it, but instantly gets tagged by the shortstop. So that will end the inning. He thought it was a balk. And it looks like head coach Donald Bray is trying to argue his case there. That's what Garza Nunez was motioning. That he thought Lejeune had a balk there, but nonetheless, he is caught stealing. And we'll head to the top of the 9th. Lefties have 3 outs remaining, and they trail by 2 runs, but did scrape 2 across that last half inning. Still Takuma Sato on the bump for Port Angeles. He's been looking good out of the bullpen and is facing off against Jace Nagler, who's 0 for 4 on the day, but with a run scored in the first inning, and he hits this into the outfield. Bahanda going back towards the wall. He's at the wall, and he grabs it for the first out of the inning. And Takuma Sato just has to point out to his center fielder a good first move there from Bahanda to secure that out.
Center fielder number 17, Sam Canton.
Lefties trail 4-2 here in the top of the ninth. They were able to put across 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to tighten it up. And Sam Canton at the plate. First pitch to him goes for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Canton, who's 0 for 3 on the day with a swinging strikeout and a run scored. He reached base on a hit by pitch in the first inning. Breaking ball up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, missing in that exact spot. Sato, when he misses up high. The 1-1. This is hit well down the right field line. Suzuki going back towards the wall. And this one is out of here. Sam Canton with a homer to put the lead for Cowlitz back up to 3 runs. His first homer of the West Coast League season. His first extra base hit of the West Coast League season. 95 miles per hour off the bat. Middle on that pitch. And he sent it 342 feet. So it's now a 5-2 lead for the Cowlitz Blackbears. Bronson Neve heads up to the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the day. The single, a double, and a pair of runs scored. First pitch to him, down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So that was the first run that the Blackbears had scored since the 3rd inning. Sam Canton hits that over the right field wall. Next pitched up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. For Bronson Neve, the cleanup hitter out of Arizona Western College. Sato was looking really good. 1, 2, 3, 7th inning. Only allowed 1 base runner in the 8th. This is hit up the middle and get through for a base hit. Bahanda will retrieve it to limit it to just that single.
Maybe a mound visit by Tanner Knapp.
And he immediately comes out of the dugout as you say that. Pitching coach Tanner Knapp heading out to the bump. Catcher Travis Helm will join them. Like I was saying, Sato, prior to this inning, only the 1 base runner across 2 frames. And now back-to-back hits. 1 a solo homer and 1 a single for Bronson Neve. His 3rd hit of the day. 2 singles and a double in the 5th inning. It'll be Shea Bowen up next, the 5-hole hitter. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of walks. It's still Sato's game. There is some movement in the Port Angeles bullpen. Seems to be a lefty.
Well, they're all lefties.
Funny joke there, but I mean left-handed pitcher, Mr. Sackett, my broadcast partner, always coming in with the funny quips.
Well, taking a look at this mound visit right here, it looks a little lighthearted here as he sees Tanner Knapp. When he first walked up, he just asked Sato, how you doing? How you feeling? Looks pretty lighthearted. It wasn't really serious, just asking him what he wants to throw as he returns back. But always, Tanner Knapp in his radio interview, he says he always tries to keep it light when he goes on there. He doesn't want to stress these kids out too much. So just going back to what they like to do. So it'll be good for Sato to go back to how he was playing in that 7th and 8th inning, as you said, where he got that 1, 2, 3.
Of course, the radio interview you referred to on KSQM, K-Squim. It's a radio station, and the Lefties get a dedicated hour every week as this is flared to Yair Ramirez, who catches it on a line double play in contention, and there it goes.
And that's how you get out of the inning there, partner.
Inning-ending double play on the line out from Shea Bowen to Yair Ramirez, who completes the double play, and it's now time to head to the bottom of the 9th. Sam Canton hits a solo homer to give the Blackbears another insurance run. But the Lefties do have some offensive momentum. They'll try to exhibit that when we come back.
Now makes it 72 with those 2 hits.
You should have one more. He's extra. Well, let me check on the corner.
Bottom of the 9th inning. And it's a pitching change for Cowlitz. This pitching change is sponsored by Domino's. Too busy to make dinner? Knock down one more Domino and eat the same food your Port Angeles lefties eat. Domino's Pizza. Put your trust in the pizza delivery experts and order Domino's today. The new man on the bump for Cowlitz is Alex Buchanan. We'll do a quick look around the league. Here in the bottom of the 9th, Corvallis up 5-3 over Victoria. Edmonton 7-1 over Nanaimo. Springfield Drifters 12-4 over Bellingham. Bend Elks up 3-1 over Wenatchee. Kamloops leading 6-5. Of course, Cowlitz leading 5-2 here. Walla Walla 6-5 over Ridgefield. That one's still in progress. And Portland up 11-0 over the Kelowna Falcons as Eric Valdivia fouls this one off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Again, we saw Valdivia in the 8th inning. But Roberto Garza Nunez was caught stealing. So it ended his at-bat as that one might have hit Valdivia there. No, it did not. Nearly clipped the feet there, but we'll go for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wyatt Hall in the on-deck circle. Likely to pinch hit for Brett Haggerty. Alex Buchanan in his now 12th game in the West Coast League season. The 1-1. Swing and a miss out of pitch well outside for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alex Buchanan with a 7.20 ERA. Most of those coming 2 appearances ago for him. As the next delivery down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last time he went out 2 scoreless innings, no hits, 1 walk and a strikeout. But the outing before that, 2/3 of an inning, 11 runs against him. Only 6 of them were earned off of 6 hits and 2 walks. Lefty is looking for something similar to that here as they trail by 3 here in the bottom of the 9th.
This one's going to go right down central, so swing if I'm Valdivia.
As the 3-2, that's a swing and a miss at a pitch outside, a drop third strike. And this one almost pulls him off the bag, and it does. Valdivia legs out the dropped third strike. Second time we've seen that one.
Had to trot all the way to the dugout, get a little celebration there.
And Port Angeles gets a beast runner. Cowlitz upset with that call, but the Lefties do have a leadoff runner here. There is a conversation between the home plate umpires, Anthony Artney and Anthony Brown. And he is indeed ruled safe. Valdivia legs that one out as Neve is pulled off the bag.
Interesting with Valdivia. I know he's not the fastest guy on the team, but you'd be interested to see if they're doing a pinch runner change. Yep, yes, as I say that, they are. As we see.
He celebrates Valdivia as he comes off the base paths, getting surrounded by his teammates. It'll be Brock Mayer replacing him. Brock Mayer, normally a pitcher, but he does have some skill on the base paths. We've seen him in pinch run opportunities a couple of times, and now replaces his former Chaffey College teammate as Wyatt Hall, a pinch hitter, takes strike 1. Wyatt Hall, just a recent addition, has only played in 3 games for the Lefties out of Cal State San Bernardino. The 0-1 pitch down low for ball 1, and that's a balk. So Brock Mayer will take second.
And all of a sudden, we've got a runner in scoring position here.
No pitch ruled, but it does go down as a balk. So Brock Mayer takes second. He's in scoring position. Wyatt Hall at the dish now. The 0-1. This is chopped foul towards the Lefties' dugout for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Wyatt Hall has been a strong batter for the Lefties, hitting .385, 5 for 13 this season.
He can get that in that gap over there in right field. Brock Mayer's got the speed to get home.
That next delivery down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The right center gap does look pretty wide here today. Right fielder Rozier and Canton in center. Canton shading him a little bit to the left as that Next delivery down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Canton shading that he's going to hit it to the opposite field. The 2-2. Down and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes full. Again, Brock Mayer, a pinch runner at second, replacing Eric Valdivia, who legged out a dropped third strike. Wyatt Hall at the dish in his first at-bat of the day as a pinch hitter. First delivery, and he swings and fouls off a pitch that was inside. Could have gone for ball 4. But the count remains the same on Wyatt Hall, the left-handed hitter, originally from Port Angeles, Washington, looking to tighten this one up. Can't be the hero here as Lefties are down by 3, but can make it closer, and he draws a walk. Lefties dugout celebrates, and the tying run comes to the plate.
Waiting for the domino effect here. Build up the pieces, get runners on base, be patient. We've talked about Julio Vasquez Jr. all summer. He's really become a more patient hitter. I struggled a couple times with a couple of pop-outs, but let's see him, as we see a little
mound visit here for Cowlitz. Julio Vasquez Jr., like you mentioned, he's 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of punch-outs, a flyout, but did reach base in the second inning with the first dropped third strike call of the evening, and he was able to reach base, as did Eric Valdivia earlier this inning.
I will say, though, I don't think we've ever had, in the 9th innings we've had have been very exciting, very entertaining. They've kept it close, they keep it entertaining, they keep the fans here. So, hoping for a little comeback here and make this one a little bit more exciting.
Lefties do have 4 walk-off wins on the season, 3 in league play. If they are to win this one, it would have to be by way of the walk-off, as we're here in the bottom of the 9th. If you were wondering, Julio Vasquez Jr. does have a homer on the season. First offering to him is outside after that, and another ball called. So 2 runners in a scoring position. Lefties dugout celebrate. And now Brock Mayer heads over to third. Wyatt Hall down over to second. So what could have been out 1, that was the drop third strike. That runner is now at third, and still no outs in the frame. The first offering to Julio Vasquez Jr. down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, you go back to that Valdivia first base play right there. That could be a big game changer right there.
It could be. With runners on second and third now and no outs. Could be only a runner on second with 1 out. Very different circumstances as Julio Vasquez Jr. pops this up to center deep enough for Brock Mayer to tag. Canton will secure it as Hall will head to third. That's where the throw will go as Brock Mayer will come in safely and Hall gets over to third. Vasquez Jr. does what he needs to do, and this is a 2-run ball game after that sac fly from Julio Vasquez Jr.
I think that's a sac fly he'll be proud of. Obviously, he wants that one to die in the outfield so he can get on base, but in this situation right there, a great play by Julio Vasquez to get another run in, and the Lefties advance a runner here as we see a pitching change, most likely for Cowlitz.
As that's the 10th RBI on the season for Julio Vasquez Jr. That will be the end of Alex Buchanan's day. A right-handed pitcher coming in for the Blackbears. You know, we'll stay on air for this one as time is fleeting for the Lefties here at Civic Field. Only 3 games remain. Port Angeles trailing 5-3 here, but the runner on third will be Wyatt Hall. We'll get you who this new pitcher is. But here in the bottom of the 9th, this one will come down to the wire. Austin McWilliams on the bump, originally from Castle Rock, Washington, and he will be the man trying to secure the win for Cowlitz. This would be a save situation for McWilliams. So we'll get that information on him. He is a 7.71 ERA. No saves to his name yet. Across 12 games, 18 2/3 innings pitched. Last time out, 2 innings of work. Gave up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned off of 4 hits and 2 walks. Lefties would love that situation. Before that outing on August 4th, so just 2 days ago, he tossed 2 innings. He had 3 straight scoreless appearances, but the Lefties obviously looking for the most recent form from Austin McWilliams. This is a big spot for Port Angeles as McWilliams closes down his warm-up pitches. It'll be Wyatt Hall at third, Travis Helm at the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Kosei Suzuki is on deck, and then Ya Ramirez, if it gets to him, in the hole. And the only reason I mention that, Ya Ramirez has been a part of every single walk-off winner in league play for Port Angeles. So if it gets to him, he can continue his clutchness. Travis Helm will be at the dish, though. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of punch-outs. First pitch down low from McWilliam. 98 miles per hour on the gun. McWilliams out of George Fox University, facing off against the man from Central Washington. The 1-0. That somehow finds the zone for strike 1. That is a good call there, according to TrackMan. Looked a little bit low, but the technology disagrees with me. So the count goes to 1-1 with 1 out as Travis Helm calls time. Will regather his thoughts and get back into the batter's box. He could do a sac fly here, but that would put the Lefties down to their final out. The 1-1. This is chopped towards the left side. Wyatt Hall will stop at third. The throw from Miller retires Travis Helm. Now Port Angeles down to its final out of the evening. Austin McWilliams just wrapped up his junior year at George Fox University. Kosei Suzuki, who's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of doubles and a run scored up to the dish. Down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties we're dealing with our high home camera. We just had it on our screen. Obviously not pleasant to look at, so we'll keep it at center field as the next one doesn't get the call. We'll go for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Ya Ramirez is in the on-deck circle if Kosei Suzuki is able to reach safely here. The 2-0. This is chopped. This could be the end. Hernandez fields it on a hop, tosses it over, and he's ruled safe. That scores a run. An infield single for Kosei Suzuki. And this ball game is still going on. That's why you hustle on a play that could have ended the game. Kosei Suzuki secures another RBI and his 3rd hit of the day. And it's a 1-run ball game. That solo shot from Sam Canton up in the 9th inning is proving vital here. That's why it's not a tie ball game. It was a solo homer for him. And now Ya Ramirez, the last hope, swings and fouls this one off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Obviously, we've already mentioned it. Ya Ramirez has been involved with all 3 walk-off wins for Port Angeles in league play. He hit one of them, scored the run on the other 2.
Not over till the fat lady sings.
As there's a pickoff attempt on Kosei Suzuki, who slides back in safely. This one is getting exciting here. Lefties trail 5-4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Do have 2 outs, but Ya Ramirez looking to change that. The 0-1. Check swing, but able to hold back as that's blocked well by Allen. Will go for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Suzuki remains at first. Ya Ramirez, he's 1 for 3 on the day with a double in the 8th inning and scored the 2nd run for Port Angeles. Kosei Suzuki stands at first off of his single. The 1-1 taken for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Lefties love their late game theatrics, trying to put one more game to their ledger.
Who doesn't love late game drama?
As the 1-2 down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I know I do. It keeps me on the edge of my seat.
I have to be standing for this. As it's getting exciting right down to the wire. Suzuki could score on a double. He has some speed. We'll see what Yao Ramirez does here. Another check swing. This one down low for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jared Bahanda in the on-deck circle. The count goes full here. Again, bottom of the 9th. Lefties trail by just 1 run. They do have a base runner on. So tying run on the base paths. Go ahead run at the plate as Yao Ramirez calls time. Ramirez, the 9-hole hitter. A pair of flyouts to right field to go along with his double. So he's been hitting it to the outfield. His lone hit of the day was a little bit of a bloop into right field, but hey, a hit is a hit. He secured a double off of it. Now the 3-2 delivery. Kosei Suzuki off with that pitch, and that's a walk. Just below the knees. And Yao Ramirez draws ball 4 and puts the go-ahead and potential winning run on the base paths.
Great patience there by Yao Ramirez at that at-bat, especially you get to the bottom of the 9th inning, you start to make a comeback. Guys can be a little bit of aggressive, start swinging, but great patience there by pretty much everybody today in the bottom of the 9th, and let's see what Bahanda can do.
Jared Bahanda with a runner in scoring position. That's the tying run. Bahanda looking to be the hero today. The first offering to him is hit towards the left side, and it's caught on a line to end the game by Caden Hernandez. Austin McWilliams able to break out of the 2 base runner jam. Lefties score 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, but their comeback attempt will fall just short. Port Angeles falls to the CowlitzBlack Bears 5-4 despite a late game comeback attempt. That will be the end of our game. We'll take a quick break and do a short post game when we come back.